Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good day to you, students. How are you doing? How's today and how's your holiday as well? So, I'm welcoming you guys to this online class, which we are revising on the topics we have discussed for this time. So, notwithstanding, I'll start with the first topic, which is known as the classes of computer. So we said computer are classified into three main groups, which we have the classification of computer by size, we have the classification of computer by type, we also have the classification of computer by generation. So we have the classification of computer by size. We said the four classification of computer according to size are the supercomputers, we have the mainframe computers, we have the mini computers, and we also have the microcomputers. So the classification of computer by type, we have the digital computer, we have the analog, and we have the hybrid as well. Then the classification of computer by generation, we have the first generation, second generation, third generation, we also have the fourth generation, and we have the fifth generation. So going to the next topic, which is the classification of computer by type. So the digital computers, these are the computers that processes data in discrete binary form, for example, from 0 to 1, performing logical and mathematical operations. Examples, we have the smartphones, we have the ATM, and we also have the digital television. So the analog computer, it processes variable data such as electrical voltage or mechanical movement, and are used for scientific and industrial applications. For example, we have the compass, we have the resistor, we have the capacitor, then we have the amplifier. Then the third one, which is the hybrid computer, we said hybrid computers combines the features of both analog and digital computers, capable of processing both continuous and discrete data for specialized applications. E.g., we have the radar for airlines, which is known as the flight simulator. We also have the petrol pumping machine, which is known as the petrol or gas pump. So going to the next topic, which is the classification of computer by size. So we said the supercomputers, they are the largest computers, and they are used in power stations and research lab, and they are mostly industrial computers, and they have very large memory, and they perform complex operational tasks. And we have the mainframe computer, which are very large computers that requires extensive space, and they are very expensive to buy and maintain. And they are general purpose in nature and have very large computing power. And they are also used in banks, insurance companies, manufacturing firms, and universities. And we have the mini computers, which are smaller in size than the mainframe computers, but bigger than the microcomputers, and they are less expensive to mainframe computers. Some are still being used for special or dedicated purposes, and they have the ability to handle complex calculations. For example, we have smartphones, tablets, and laptops. So we have the microcomputers, which is the last one. So these are the smallest and cheapest when compared with mainframe and mini computers, otherwise known as PC computers, which includes desktop, laptops, and tablets. They are portable devices designed for individual users. So going to the next topic, which is the classification of computer by generation. We have the first generation computer, which were invented from the year 1946 to 1960, and they used vacuum tubes as storage units or storage device. So we have the EDSAC, which is known as the Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Computer. Then we have the UNIVAC, which is known as the Universal Automatic Computer, and we have the ENIAC, which is known as the Electronic Integrator and Computer. So the features of first generation computers, they are very large computers. They generate a lot of heat, they consume a lot of power, and they are also very expensive. And the second generation of computers, they are invented from the year 1960, or they are being used from the year 1960 to 1964. And they also use transistors as means of storage. Merit of transistors to vacuum. Which the first one, we have transistor is a fraction of vacuum tube. It is faster than the vacuum tube, and it is accurate. It occupies less space, and it is more powerful and can perform the work of 1,000 vacuum tubes. And we have the third generation of computer, which are from the year 1965 to 1970, which is known as the age of ICs. That's the integrated circuits, which can carry out the job of 40 transistors. So the features of third generation computers, it is smaller in size than the former generation computers. It provides less heat, it is very powerful and in productivity, and it costs lesser compared to the former generations of computer. So we have the fourth generation of computers, which are from the year 1970 to 1980, which is the improvement of integrated circuits to the large-scale integrated circuits to operate a million times faster than the older ones. And we have the fifth generation of computer, which are also refers to as the future computers, proposed to be as intelligent and capable as a human being. It is self-sufficient to a very large storage capacity from the previous computers. And we have the next topic, which is the computer system and data. So a computer system is a combination of hardware, software, and peopleware that work together to process data and produce information. So the main component of computer system, we have the first one, which is the hardware. So the hardware is the physical part of the computer. Example, we have the monitor, keyboard, mouse, printer, CPU, and speaker. And then the second one, which is the software, are the programs that tells the computer what to do. So the third one, we have the peopleware. So these are the people that make use of the computer or operate the computer. So now the meaning of data. Data are raw facts and figures that have not been processed. For example, we have 50, 30, Musa, female, and 12, which they are not having any meaning so when they are being processed. So now the definition of information. Information are processed or organized data that is meaningful. For example, we have Musa is a 12-year-old boy who scored 50 marks. You can see now there's an information. You understand what the message is getting into you. So the difference is data is unorganized while information is organized and meaningful. So the components of computer system. The first one, we have the input device. They are used to enter data into the computer. E.g., we have the keyboard, we have the mouse, and also have the scanner. Then the second one, we have the processing units, which is known as the CPU. This is the brain of the computer that processes data. Then the third one, we have the output devices, which is used to display the results, e.g., monitor, printer. Then the fourth one, we have the storage devices, which is used to store data and information, e.g., we have the hard disk and we have the flash drive. Then the data processor stages, we have the input, which is the entering of data into the computer. Then the second one, we have the processing, which is the computer works on data. Then we have the third one, which is the output, that is the result of the information which is being displayed. And we have the fourth one, which is the storage. So the information is saved for future use. So now going to the next topic, which is the use of computer and mouse. So a keyboard and mouse. So a keyboard is an input device used to type letters, numbers, symbols, and commands into the computer. So the part of keyboard, number one, we have the alphabet keys, which is the A to Z, used for typing letters. And we have the second one, which is the number keys from 0 to 9, which are used for typing numbers. Then we have the function keys, which is from F1 to F12, which are used for special commands. Then we have the arrow keys, which are used for moving the cursor around from left to right, up and down. Then we have the space bar, which is used to insert spaces beyond words. Then we have enter key, which is used to move to the next line or give a command. Then we have the backspace or delete, which is used to erase characters. Then we have the mouse. So a mouse is a pointing device used to move the pointer on the screen and give commands by clicking. Parts of a mouse, we have the left button, we have the right button, we have the scroll wheel, we have the mouse body, which is used for movement. The uses of mouse, the first one is moving of cursor, which is the pointer. Then the second one, we have selecting icons and files or opening programs by double clicking. The fourth one, we have dragging and dropping of items. Then the fifth one, we have scrolling up and down of pages. So with this, I believe we have briefly explained on the topics we have covered for this term. So if you have any question, please try as much as possible to write it in the comment section. And also write your names on the comment section so that I will know the number of people that have attended this class. Have a nice day. Thank you.